I don't know if the competitors just don't see the value in it. Like, do they see the value in it?
Good point.
And are they willing to like go out there and get the help? Or are they just like, no, I'm fine. I'm good.
That's what you're training for. You're training for to do those poses.
Exactly.
So if you think posing's not worth it, you're stupid.
Well,
I mean, no, that's that.
yeah,
Those poses are literally what you're training for.
that's right. And how many people take it serious though? I mean, seriously, how many people lose shows because of bad posing?
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. So you're going up there and you're posing. That's what you're
Yeah.
competing to do.
That's literally your whole game is posing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. But this is the problem. This is where, see, in the 80s, when I started in the bodybuilding, and the 90s, it was a big deal. Posing was important. And you didn't want to embarrass yourself on stage with the shit posing routine. I practiced for hours. And I was a teenager, and I was that important to me. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paradise Pump. And today we have Mel back on the mic.
I'm back again.
Welcome back from the Philippines.
Yes, went to the motherland, had to go take care
Mhm.
of some official business.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay.
Kind of
So,
kind of weird growing up now that I'm an adult
mhm.
and then having to take over things from your family, family property and transfers, conveyances and all of the big important words that a lot of people don't understand just because it's adult things.
Hey, you know what though? That's cool that you have something up there. So,
Yeah.
would you ever live there?
Would I live there? You know, we were in the freaking sticks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sticks. Like the water was salinated, then that's how they kind of like purified it because they didn't do a chlorine thing like how they normally do in America for all of the impurities and stuff like that. So when you take a shower, you can still kind of feel like that salty. It's
Interesting.
non-potable, so you don't drink it. You when you brush your teeth, you still need to like rinse your mouth and your toothbrush with a bottled water. Everything is like
Oh
bottled and
wow.
everything.
That's
So
kind of a trip.
we
Yeah.
were in the sticks, and it kind of made me appreciate several things about America. Flushing running water and all of that. Nice, whether it be hot, cold showers, AC, because it was like humid as balls there. Like you're just sitting in a sauna all day, every day. You didn't have to move and you're already profusely sweating. The breeze wasn't like a hot,
Hey,
humid.
did you guys? 'Cause I've seen the videos. I've never been there. When you guys use the toilet, do you have to use that bucket rinse thing?
You have outhouses there?
You have to
Yeah,
do that.
Oh, there you go.
You have to do the scoop the water and then rinse off with the water thing.
that's legit.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were
yeah.
in the sticks. Even if
Oh,
you're in the metro too, they still had it because
really?
that's common way of living, except for if you're like in the big hotels in
Yeah,
Manila or whatever. Um,
but
yeah,
that's just standard, huh?
that's kind of like their way of living.
Okay.
And yeah, the bucket, the tabo life, that
The
bucket,
bucket bidet.
that thing is real.
You're like it's for real. You
Yeah.
you were you were you were bucket bideting all day long.
And it's like a shower bathroom house. So the shower and bathroom it's all in one. So
Mm,
it's a
interesting.
very interesting concept. No such thing as like shower tub or shower stall. The whole bathroom was a shower stall.
Oh.
So like it was on the same drain floor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I know we're so used to our American way of life, right? I mean, you
And if you
know,
had to, well, the toilets are kind of different. If you're more of the like the outskirts places, you kind of have to like hover. They had a toilet bowl, not a toilet seat, so you had to kind of hover over. Girls too, if you're gonna use the
God.
bathroom,
yeah.
kind of hover if you got to shit.
So you
Well,
never actually sit, you just hover the whole time.
most of the time, unless you're at like a facility that had the but also with that, as far as germs and all, you taking your chances. You every day you use the bathroom, you're like,
Oh, really? It's like, oh man, I hope nothing this
yeah.
time.
And then after you use the bathroom, you get your own like wet naps. 'Cause first of all, toilet paper you don't flush.
Okay, well, I've been to Mexico a few times and certain parts, right? And it was the same over there. Like they don't flush toilet paper. So I remember doing that. That was weird, but
God damn.
yeah, I know about that. They didn't have the water rinse thing though. They didn't have that. But there was definitely no flushing toilet paper. I have seen that. They just throw it in the toilet or in the trash can,
in the trash.
which is kind of nasty,
Yeah,
but hey. But
yeah,
okay.
it's
Well,
pretty.
don't they typically though over there? They don't even use toilet paper half time. They just rinse, right? You just rinse.
Well,
You're
it
not even using
well
it.
you do dry up with
Yeah.
something, so
Okay. Okay.
like if you want to. Well, the bucket water is to also help the toilet flush in some
Oh.
places.
Okay.
If they don't have any type of water,
So you fill it up with the bucket water so it can
so you
flush.
can flush. Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Well, good, great first topic when you getting back here is, is the toilets.
And it sucked because some places that we were out on excursions and stuff like that. We had a few excursions that we went on. Um, it was unfortunate. Well, the dollar exchange rate is like 60 pesos to a dollar, so your dollar went very far.
Hmm.
Um, you could do a lot with very little as far as excursions, but everything was like a la carte and with confusion, and they talk real fast, and we had a couple of interpreters and stuff like that, which were my cousins and my nieces and stuff.
No,
But
really.
these people at the excursion places, they just talk fast and they do their sales pitch, and then everything's chaotic. So you're like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. It's just I want this, 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 and you just pay for it.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're double paying because the lost in translation thing. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like first of all, you're kind of blessing them because they don't know when they're gonna get their next paycheck from, and they get to feed their family for that day, maybe that week. But everything was just like, oh no, you have to like pay.
How did it look you going there and having an interpreter?
Um, it was kind of weird because I had to ask one of my nieces to always be like, "What do you say? What?"
Yeah, but did people like give you a weird look when you had to go to an
They
interpreter?
kind of knew we were American
Oh, okay.
because just the way that we looked, we
Ah,
were not
all right.
freaking. I mean, we might have been brown skin and all, but we stood out like a sore thumb. And my niece's husband is like white,
Oh
white,
yeah.
white.
All right.
Like, and he was like 6 feet 4, so he
Oh
stood
yeah,
So
yeah,
out.
he's a
yeah.
giant out
Yeah, so
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everywhere we went, they're like American, American.
I mean, you going over there, you kind of blend in, you
Yeah,
think? Yeah.
yeah,
Brown and Filipino,
brown,
just
tattooed.
they wouldn't think
Yeah,
much of it. Yeah. They probably think you speak the language. Yeah.
yeah. So they
Yeah.
were talking to me, and that's why I was like telling my niece
You're
like,
like,
what he said.
oh, I see.
Yeah, but then most of the decisions that was being made, I don't know. I would leave it up to my older sisters to make,
Hmm.
but most of the time it was just like on a whim we were just going. So back to this whole thing about um paying for comfort. Yeah, because of the chaos, and in America, you know how like it's just you pay for what you get as far as a fee for service.
Right.
Yeah, I was just like, man, those are one of the amenities in America I kind of miss. Like you
Hmm.
just pay for comfort. Like,
Yes.
give me AC, a comfy bed, a hot shower that I don't have to scoop the water on me, a flushing toilet, and steak.
Amazing. And steak.
Because dude, we ate so much pork. They like every dish
Oh,
was like pork,
really?
fried,
Mhm.
everything fried, so many like desserts, and they're very. It was weird because in the province they knew um my family was coming, so they were trying to be very, very hospitable and cater to us because we were guests.
Mhm.
But like everywhere else, we're just no name nobodies, and the people are kind of they're not rude, but I guess they're on a mission, so like you know,
Yeah.
okay, they're kind of rude. I'm not gonna
Well, I
lie.
mean, yeah, they're trying to survive. I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure what people really want to know is, did you work out and how are the gyms out there?
My cousins actually own a gym, but we didn't get a
Oh,
chance to go.
you didn't work out at all?
No, I
Oh,
did
wow.
not at all. We
Okay.
No, we had primarily like a lot of family affairs to take care of, so that was
No,
not in
it's
the
just
books for
busy.
me.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were always on the go. We had people to meet, like just
No, I get
lots of
it.
family affair stuff. But
Yeah.
we did so much walking, it's like, all right, whatever. So it compensated for the time. But however, with the amount of food that we ate because they were catering to us, oh my gosh. Like thank God I didn't gain too much weight, but my I could tell my body was inflamed, and
Mm.
I'm not saying it was gout and whatever, but with just
It was it was too much food for you,
maybe
basically.
it was too much
Yeah.
food, maybe it was like all the fried. A lot
Mm.
more inflammation, all of the fish sauce and everything that made it extra salty. And
Well, and you weren't, like you said, you weren't staying where the tourists are and by the hotels and all that, right? Because in those areas, it's pretty, I mean, somewhat modernized, right? You
yeah,
have regular toilets and all that stuff, so it feels more like home, right?
hmm
So you were way outside of
I
that.
was,
Yeah, that's
um,
crazy. I mean, hey, that's an adventure though.
it was certainly an
But you
adventure.
probably, I know, I'm like this. Doing places like that, I'm good for like 1 or 2 days, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I experienced it. Let's go to the hotel. That's just me. I'm like, I'll do it for a day or two, and then I'm like, I got to see it. That's cool. I want to go to the hotel. I want to go to the pool. Like, that's just my
Yeah.
style.
So it's crazy because we was a week in the sticks. Like
Wow.
in the sticks,
Wild.
in the
Wild.
sticks. The last night we went to Manila and we actually stayed in one of the nicer hotels that was attached to like the sky bridge to get to the airport.
Hmm.
Very easy, very convenient. And right across the street was the mall, one of the malls there. But the first thing everybody did, soon as we got up into the room, we blasted the AC and all of us just freaking laid down and we're like, oh my God. I was the first one to jump in the shower. I was like, holy shit, the water's fresh and it's hot on top of the cold AC, right? And they're cracking up. So everybody's like, oh yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
We're so used to our regular comforts, right?
Yep. And it was so funny. I put on like the house slippers.
Uh
I
huh.
put on the robe after the
Oh, you
shower
did. You
in the
rocked the
cold
robe.
AC and I was just laying back. I'm like,
Oh man. So
so
what? What's I miss America. What is the going rate for a hotel room over there? Like one of those that you stayed
so
in?
my sister got 4 rooms and they were adjoining rooms, like 2 rooms adjoining, and then mine and my sister's room was adjoining, and
Hmm.
two per room. She still spent for just one night for the 4 rooms less than $300,
Damn, that's good.
and the rooms are beautiful
I think here it's like what, $400 for one room,
for one room,
and that's like
one night.
Kamaaina, and that's
Yeah,
Kamaaina rate.
and that's Kamaaina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
lucky if you get that.
You're not. Yeah.
So
Jeez.
that last night in Manila, of course, we had American food. I had a big old thing of steak. Like, I'm over pork, steak, vegetables,
How was the steak? Does it taste pretty good?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes I've had steak in other countries, and the meat tastes a little different
Yeah,
depending on where you're at.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. No, it was good. And there was a lady that was singing acoustic guitar, playing acoustic guitar and singing, and it
nice.
kind of like brought out the whole ambiance of what we were doing that night. I'm like, yeah,
Nice.
I like America a lot. As far as going like living there in the Philippines,
Mhm.
I could see myself in certain I love my creature comforts. I
Mm.
do and my routine and my everything. I could live there. Okay, not live. I could probably stay there about a good 3 weeks.
Oh, I
Then
see.
after that I'm like, yeah, I'm
You're just
okay.
too used to having certain things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people, there's a lot of these veterans and stuff. Go retire in the Philippines or Thailand. I heard Thailand's better to retire and it's a little more modern. There's more things there, apparently. I don't know. Never been there. But so there's a lot of guys that do go and they retire there, and because it's cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get a place, rent's super cheap, food's cheap, and you can live off of a, lower end retirement salary. But like you said, gonna miss a lot of the American things, right? You miss a lot of the American comforts. So
I mean, there
yeah,
are
interesting.
places like that in the Philippines where you could find those amenities, but
Mhm.
not where we are at. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, and I've watched videos of where they have gyms. They're showing some of those gyms up
Mm-hmm.
there, and I mean, they're somewhat decent. I mean, not bad. Some of the ones that I saw, they have some decent equipment in some of them. You can tell whoever started it put some money into it, so it's okay. I haven't seen anything like this,
No.
but I know like Iron Hawaiian. But I know in Thailand there's one gym there that has a USA bodybuilding or something gym. It's similar to what I got, very similar, and they have a lot of stuff, but it's been there for years. So I'd like to go to that, check that place out.
A lot of those places because it's like not touristy, but they are catering to that as well too,
Hmm.
like a whole like a fitness mecca area
Yeah.
in like Thailand and stuff like that. Yeah, they are. But Philippines, I was just having this conversation with my nieces as far as like all of the foreign countries that I've visited and been to. The way that the Philippine culture is, they're still so laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hate to say it, as far as prideful cleanliness and just
Mhm.
like just everything in from like the Japanese culture or
It's
whatnot.
similar to that. Like,
Uh,
you mean as far as
Kind of like sub because
okay.
they're the Filipino culture. They're too laid back, man.
Oh, they're just super laid back.
Yeah,
So it's like Hawaii in the 70s, probably.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's, because I think Hawaii in the 80s it started to change.
Mm-hmm.
Is when the 80s started to change. But before the 80s, the 70s, 60s in Hawaii, I mean, it was laid back here. People walked around like a lot of people didn't even wear slippers. They walked around barefoot, like
Same.
that was the thing back. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't wear slippers until I think I was in like second or third grade. My mom made me put some slippers. I used to walk around everywhere without slippers or shoes or anything. I didn't even get my first pair of shoes, I think, till I was like maybe 8 years old or something. I never had shoes.
Because you needed it for PE for school.
I don't even know what it was. I just remember we went to Kenny's shoe
Oh
store
shit.
in Aikahi. I think it
Yeah,
was something. Was it Kenny's? Is that what it's called?
yeah.
Kenny's shoe
Is it
store.
Kenny's?
It was Kenny's, right? Yeah, because I think it's where Scissors it used to be or something. I don't know. It was in that one because it was Aikai theaters were right there, the movie theaters, and then the shoe store was right there. And then I went. I can't remember that. I went to go get my first pair of shoes over there, and like I said, I think I was 8 years old, and I remember my mom, and I think it was something to do at school because I think they were telling her, "Hey, your kid needs to start wearing shoes or something or slippers or whatever." And I remember coming home and she like scrubbed my feet. She was trying to scrub my feet because you're talking years of not wearing any footwear. Like, yeah. But that was the 70s. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it was pretty normal. I don't recall anybody ever saying anything to me, but I was a little kid still. So I just run around without shoes or slippers on. And then I started, wearing slippers and stuff after that. But
The one thing that I mean, as much as I disliked it because it started to get kind of annoying, one thing that I couldn't really hate on was their hustle culture there.
mm,
Because when we went, I mean, there's vendors, there's people like we'd come out of an excursion and there were like people walking us to our vehicles trying to sell us shit.
yeah.
I don't know. We couldn't even understand what they were saying. We're like, no, thank you, no, thank you. Like, no. And no matter how many times we said no, they just kept on following us and asking to buy whatever products they had
Yeah.
because they need to feed themselves or their family or what have you.
That's how it is in most, like Mexico is like that too.
Yeah.
A lot of places that I've been to. Guatemala has some of that. Like, yeah, that's similar.
Yeah.
You have those areas where they're trying to say you something.
We went to a little mini mall thing, and then like everybody kind of sells the same things, whether it be slippers, bags, or whatever you're looking for,
Mhm.
phone accessories, fake watches.
Yeah.
And you pass by every kiosk, they're like, "Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am." Or like what they would greet you with sort of something to try and get your attention to lure you into their
Mhm.
little nook area to go look or whatever. And you're just like, "No,
Yeah.
thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you." It gets annoying, but you know,
They're trying to make a living, right?
they're trying to make a living. So one of my nieces bought one of like authentic-ish Filipino shirts, the Barong Tagalog Filipino
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
and one for her and her husband. And then they first told them like, oh, 4,200 pesos, and she's like, nah. So her husband looked in his wallet and he was just like, I only have 500 peso, and she's like, for you today, special deal.
She just took it.
Yeah, she just took
She
it.
just needed whatever she
She
could
just
get.
needed it
Yeah.
because that was the first sale she made all week.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
how it was. So he was just like,
For you today, 500 pesos.
for you, special today, a discount. But that, like I said, that was the first sale she made all week, you know?
Oh man. Well, that sounds like that was fun. So,
Yeah, it was a very short, just like I said, we needed to
mhm.
take care of a lot of family affairs in a short, condensed amount of time. And it's hard because it's still the kind of the Wild West over there where a lot of things were upon like a handshake agreement.
Mhm.
So tracking, tracing, and doing all of that stuff was um, it was difficult leading up to this to get there to formulate a plan moving forward. So
Mhm.
yeah, hopefully we can get a lot more done in these next few
Yeah,
weeks.
that'd be great.
Tie up the loose ends. But
Yeah. Another topic. Yeah. So the other week, because you weren't here, we were talking about Stingray, and I know you were there at the show. So we did go over it a little bit. But if you want to give maybe a quick recap of what you thought of it, since you were part of that show, part of the production, so
yeah, I would love to definitely give a
yeah,
recap from my perspective
yeah,
as
just
well.
get into it a little bit.
I honestly think the boys they brought a good show
Uh-huh.
as far as bringing the physiques to the show. They did a great job, and they started to bring up the competition all over again. They had some big boys over there. I don't know, had you seen the men's
I saw
physique
some of
and
the videos. Yeah,
classic
yeah,
bodybuilders?
yeah.
Yeah, they had a great come out. But the girls, well, you guys are getting there as far as what the criteria was to be. My biggest thing still yet, and like we emphasize and we drill down on this every freaking show. You guys posing, like seriously, seriously, you guys need to work on it. And just because like you're getting posing from one person, you should go you should go ask for critiques from judges or like somebody else in the industry, maybe from another pro in the industry. There's a lot of Hawaii pros that we have here, or a lot like guys like you that been doing this for years, and like just say posing routine flows is pretty natural for you, right?
Yeah.
My thing especially is if you're up there, it gives the judges more chance for them to see your flaws, especially if you're posing and you don't know how to hide your flaws and emphasize your strengths.
Mhm.
I've seen that a lot all night that night, and I was just like, damn, man, wish I could help you guys, but nobody asked me for
Well,
any.
I did talk about it a few weeks ago, right? And I said about posing and practice and, every day spending time practicing. And again, not just practice, right? You have to practice correctly. If you're posing and you're not posing correctly, but you're posing every day, but you're posing incorrectly, well, then that's a problem too, right? So I did talk about that. You have to put the time in before you get on stage practicing, but you have to make sure you're doing it correctly. And that's where what you just said was having not just your coach, but maybe having other people who know to look at you and see how you're doing, just to critique you really quick, give you a quick once over and tell you, oh, okay, no, your posing is going good. This is perfect. Keep on working on it. You know, um, I think the problem is still not enough practice. I really do. I think it's just not enough practice. And I think one other thing too, might, which would be helpful probably, and I don't know, they don't really do this at the shows, but if you let competitors, or if they could just get a chance to walk up on stage before the show even starts, before prejudging, just get up on stage, just walk up there, whatever, put their heels on really fast, walk on stage, feel the stage, do a couple turns, move around, okay, come back off stage. Because the reality is, wherever you're practicing at, you've been practicing in that same place for months. You're used to that environment. You know exactly where everything is, how the floor is. What if you're not practicing on carpet? And the stage is carpet. What if you're practicing on a different floor and then you walk, all of a sudden it feels weird and your steps are weird. So I think it's important to at least do a walkthrough.
Absolutely correct. I like what you said there, or even vice versa. You could be practicing on carpet, but like
Right.
most of the Kaiko stages are on wood floors
There you
because
go.
they're at a theater, right?
Right.
So, and a lot of competitors don't realize that in the morning or in between the shows before the shows begin, like whatever you want. Like you're allowed to get on stage and do a run through, a dry run if you want.
Yeah.
It's like it's there for you guys.
Think
So
about that. I mean, every singer that does a concert performance, what do?
dry
They
run.
do dry rehearsals. They never just go set their stuff up and go, okay, let's hope it works and get up live in front of everybody. And the mic's not working and they're like, oh, what's going on? No, everything is checked beforehand, everything's set up. They do a couple songs here and there, they play through everything. Okay, everything's good. Leave it. Don't touch it. We're gonna be back in 6 hours,
Mhm.
whatever. That's so it's the same, right? You should just be able to just walk on stage, get a view, see, because I think that's part of it too. There is that perception, right? When they get on stage, especially if they haven't competed very much or if ever, they walk on stage, all of a sudden you're high and you're looking across a room and you're like, whoa. And you were used to just kind of standing there in front of your mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally different perception
So
as
all of a
well,
sudden,
seeing from high to low. And
yeah.
then you're thinking, oh, fuck, I got all of these eyes on me. Like,
Hmm.
all right, you should have had been practiced all of the jitters out, or you should have had dieted hard enough to get the jitters out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you know how it is. When you diet hard enough, you don't even care.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just like, I'm just so hungry. I'm just so hungry. I don't even care about anybody looking at me. I just want to eat. Yeah.
There's only 7 set of eyes that really matter, not the whole crowd,
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah.
more of you guys should take the opportunity to get on stage even before prejudging or even
Yes.
from the night if people are setting up the stage and it's available for you to do a dry run or a walkthrough
Yeah.
with your heels on, or even for the guys, get to see what it looks like so you can start practicing that image in your head as well all through the night or through the day or what have you until you get on stage.
Mhm.
Um, One of my other biggest things besides posing, we can get back to this posing thing, is it's I know they're going through diet brain because there's so many things that I needed to repeat myself over and over and over again. And they still didn't understand it. But I don't know how, I mean, if anybody would like to give expediting feedback, I would love it because, or anybody who want to expedite, by all means, see if you enjoy doing it and give it a whirl because I would love for somebody to take my place.
Oh yeah.
It's a
You
fun
wanna
job.
you wanna retire?
Yep, I do. I certainly do.
I'm sure you
Hmm.
could. I'm sure you
So there,
could.
there's a low level of appreciation for expediters as well too. I mean, all of this is voluntary,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
which makes it hard. Nobody wants to take that day off of work to go volunteer their time to get abused
Yeah.
by competitors that got diet brain.
Right. And not get paid for it, right?
Yeah,
The joys of volunteering. Mm.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been doing it for how many years now?
Too long, too long.
Too long. Too long. And you're not gonna judge anymore?
That's what they're trying to do is get me back onto the judging table because we need somebody to fill the expediter
Oh, I
position.
see.
So I was trying to get John to do it, but after he got a taste of it, I'm pretty sure he's like, "Oh shit, that sucked."
He wasn't feeling it. Yeah.
No, speaking of the
Yeah.
show, Jed, congratulations to your girl, man.
Thank you.
She did very, very excellent, and
Yeah, she did good.
for this was her first show,
Second.
second show.
Yeah, she did Stingray last year. So
Nice.
a good jump up.
She took the overall in women's
The Masters and Open
masters
bikini.
and open bikini,
Yeah.
right? Mark, her picture needs to go on the wall.
I need to
Well,
tell her that
when
as
she
well.
gets one, they know. Give me the picture, sign it. I'll throw it up on the wall. Just got
Yeah,
to get me one.
that was well deserved. That was
There's
so awesome.
there's somebody else too in this gym. That's someone else that doesn't have a picture of.
It's 2020. Somebody else in this gym.
There's. I'm like, I wonder who that could be. You're like, fuck. Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah.
Guilt trip me at
I
the
know.
end.
Hey, no, I'm just saying. Come on now.
Um, trying to be
Yeah.
humble and modest here.
That's come on. That's just you earned it. So give it to me. Put it up on the wall. Let's
Thank
go.
you very
Let's go.
much. I should. What's crazy? For whatever reason, I was looking back at some of my old pictures. I'm like, damn, I looked crazy back
Mm.
then. Damn.
Isn't it wild?
Yeah.
And you probably thought, I'm okay
Yeah.
at the time,
At
right?
that time, I'm like, I need to
You're
do
like,
better than this. This is crap.
yeah, it's so interesting how that works, right? Such a trip. It's never good enough when you're in it. Never good enough.
And now with my body being all old and falling apart, and I'm trying to hold on to dear life to my limbs.
Hmm.
There's, I should have took more pictures, and that's another thing too.
I
I
know.
will continuously say that if you're in the midst of it, take all the pictures. I mean, you might seem kind of douchey doing it at the time. I'm not gonna lie, because that's how I felt, or like maybe you don't feel douchey about doing it. I don't know. I That was just not my nature to do the pictures, to do the
Yeah.
photo shoots. I did a little bit, but now looking back, I'm like, shit, I should have done more. But I was just like, oh, that's so weird. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah, you should have done more. Just like me, I feel the same way. I feel like I should have done way more.
And I know I could never get that body back again just because I'm fighting against my limbs and father time.
Mm.
Man,
Well, and your body changes over years. Skin gets a little different. Everything
your skin gets a hella way
starts to
different.
change. Things
Yeah,
change no matter what. So,
it's not as tight and taut.
yeah. I mean, yeah. You
You
see
look a
some of these,
little lot more saggy.
see, yeah. You see some of these bodybuilders, they make their comebacks, and they look different. They're like, oh, he's like 50 years old now. It looks different than when he was 35. It changes. Things change.
Man, I don't after after going through what I've been through, as much as I say like, oh, I'd still love to do a master's.
Yeah,
I know I gotta hang it up. And yeah,
probably. Maybe. I mean, inside, obviously, deep down inside, people still ask me, are you still going to try and compete? And there's like this little thing in me that's just like, maybe, it's tiny. It's like this big little spark, but I don't know. I don't, unless I really feel that burning desire. I just, for me, I feel like, oh, I think I'm good. I think I did what I was supposed to do, and maybe I could have done more, but whatever. I moved on. It's fine.
I feel like Al Bundy, you know?
You're just always going to relive the good old days. That's it. That's what you're going to do, right? Just
Yeah.
relive. Just stay in 2020, and that's it.
Watch
That's
my old videos with the
yeah.
football,
That's it.
bragging about being whatever at Polk High School,
If
handing my
you peaked, well, at least you didn't peak in high school. I mean, shit. At least you peaked in your what? In
uh,
your
40.
40, early 40s. Yes. Hey, not bad.
That's a late peak though.
That is a late peak. Yeah, that is a late peak.
Late bloomer. Oh
Yeah.
man, if I could do it all over again, I should have took myself more seriously a long time ago. I was too busy playing and living life and doing stupid degenerate shit for way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so easy to look at that now, right? And think that, you know what I mean? It's just so easy. There's so many things I look at and I go, man, I should have done this. Oh, I could have done, but I only know that now because I lived it and because I did the other thing. So you may have done the other thing. You may have flipped it and done something else and then go, oh, I wish I just had more fun. I mean, you know what I mean? Now you could be saying that, right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't
that's
know.
another thing too. The bodybuilder life, it's hard. You got to dedicate your complete self to it.
Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to get to that level,
Yeah.
yeah. To the it's so interesting because I see a lot of people that did one show, one or two shows, and for me, I was like, oh, that's so interesting because they just did it just for fun, I guess. It was just like their friends were doing it, somebody told them to do it, and they did it. They did that one show or two shows, and I think, wow, that's kind of a trip. Like they just checked it off the list, I guess, because I never did it. I never thought of it like that. I was competitive, doing a lot of shows, and I was trying to get to another level. And so I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Like they got the experience. They went, they got the shirt and was like, okay, I'm good. That was it. Like, okay,
The one and dones.
the one and done. There's a lot of them. Actually, you'd be surprised, especially here in Hawaii. There's a lot of one and dones. So interesting. Like, wow. There's people that like, I'll talk to some people and be like, oh yeah, I did, this show, and I'm like, oh, you did? Like, yeah, back in 2016. I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. That's it. Just one show. I'm like, do you even work out now? No. I'm like, oh,
Well, I
they
don't
don't even really
even.
work out. Nothing. Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, all right, cool, whatever.
I mean, not to beat a dead horse about this whole posing thing, but there's so many resources that we have here in Hawaii. There's a bunch of us that are judges that know what we're looking for as far as posing.
Hmm.
There's a lot of IFBB pros here in Hawaii in almost not in almost, but in every division. Go get a second, third look at your posing. Don't just subject yourself to your own coach. Even if you hire like one of the greater established coaches in the mainland, and I'm not gonna say names before just because I'm not sponsored by them, but there is a lot of prestigious coaches in the mainland.
Hmm.
Still, I would still recommend go get a second, third look from one of the pros here, one of the judges here, and see where you can tweak it a little bit more. Or if you're online with what you're supposed to be looking at, then great. Because I mean,
Well, this is the thing, right? If you pose and you're practicing by yourself in the confines of your own house or whatever, not on stage, right? And you're just practicing, and then if you can't get it 100% perfect when you're practicing, you're not going to peak the day of the show. It's not going to happen for you. Like, you just, it's okay. And you're like, well, but the day of the show, it's going to be perfect. If you weren't able to do it perfect off stage before the show, I hate to say it, the odds of you getting it perfect the day of the show, it's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be worse. So to me, if you can get it perfect off stage, right, practicing, and say you go on stage and something happens, maybe you stumble, maybe you tweak a little bit, then that's nerves. Okay. Then the next step is you have to work on your mental game.
yeah,
Okay. It's not so much practice. You got the posing down. You understand it. You know the movements. Now you have to work on the mental game and you have to somehow get yourself comfortable in front of the audience and focus on that because you understand posing. You know how to pose now. Now it's just in your head.
mm-hmm.
So you have to decipher which one it is because sometimes some people, I think they're just not coordinated very well and they just have a hard time and they just never quite ever get it, even when they're practicing, you know? And I know some people that are like that. They just, they're not 100% and they'll go on stage and you're just like, well, this is the best that they got. It's not nerves. And then there are other people who it is nerves. I see them, they get up there and I'm like, whoa, what happened? Like, they kind of do a little weird movement and kind of walk a little weird.
I mean, I'm gonna say this with love and respect for the game.
Hmm.
But back in the day, you guys used to practice posing in between sets, and like you guys used to have posing sessions with the bros. And I remember watching guys downstairs at 24 Hour Fitness
Yeah. Yeah.
constantly posing in between and after, and it was part of your guys' weightlifting regimen to practice your posing.
Yeah.
And you guys used to watch a lot of videos and compare and contrast. A lot of the bros used to give their feedback in regards to what looked good, what doesn't look good. So there was a lot of posing sessions that went on in between, a lot of critiques for you guys to tweak. But with the amount of resource that we do have available at our fingertips online, like our phones right here in our hands, I mean, you can compare and contrast what you're looking at in regards to what they're doing on big stages in comparison to what you're doing. And like some of you guys need to take the rose colored glasses off and be like, shit, man, that looks goofy as hell. Like, like
Hmm.
goofy
Right.
as hell. How do I fix this? Or how come it doesn't look like that? How come my body doesn't look like that? If I'm supposed to be stage ready, how come I don't look like that? And if you don't look like that, if you don't pose like that, if there's something that's missing from your batch of ingredients, go check in with yourself and with your coach.
Yeah.
There's obviously something missing.
Yeah. You're right about that. We used to do that in between sets and stuff. I mean, probably looks funny, whatever. I guess it was, that's what we did. We were bodybuilding, we were competing, and we used to pose a lot,
You guys used to pose a
often.
lot.
I remember I used to do some crazy, towards the very end, like a month out. And then me and my training partner, and what I used to do is, say I was doing curls, right? and I would do barbell curls. And again, this is a month out. Nobody's putting on muscle. You're just getting pumps,
Maintain.
maintaining it. So I do my set, and I'd wear my shorts. I'd have my shorts. It's back in the 1990s. You had the shorter shorts, and you see the quads, and then I would flex my quads like I was on stage,
Yeah.
and then I'd curl and
Yeah.
keep my quads flexed the whole time while I'm curling. So that whole time I'm doing my set, my quads are flexed. I'm looking at them, going, okay, flex, 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 right? So I'm getting conditioned, like my legs are getting conditioned to be able. I can hold them the whole time while I'm doing something else, while I'm doing upper body, right? So when I get on stage, I'm not going to have any issues with my legs, because you see it a lot of times. People, they forget to flex their
Perfect
legs.
example. Right there. Perfect example. Like guys getting ready for a front double bicep.
Yeah.
And they're feeling their legs. They're yes, set.
Right.
Get ready for the front double bicep. Soon as they peak their biceps, their legs go limp. You're like, what the fuck?
Washed out. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Same for the back double bicep.
Yeah.
Feeling their hamstrings tight, feeling their glutes, and it's a weird. You guys feel yourselves
Yeah.
much sometimes.
That was not a thing.
I'm like, stop.
In the 90s and early 2000s, we weren't really feeling.
It should be an automatic thing. Like, yep,
Yeah.
it's firing. It's on. It should be an automatic thing. You don't have to feel it. Like you guys looking fucking awkward as hell, especially if you don't got hamstrings or glutes to feel.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Saying this with love.
True.
But you feel it. You're like, yeah, yep, it's firing. It's on, and then you spread open for your back double bicep. As soon as you got your bicep peaks, everything goes flaccid. You're like, ooh,
like
that's
what
not a good look.
happened?
So yeah, so holding your quads tight in the midst of your workouts,
doing some sets. Yeah, it was good.
It's a good means of
Conditioning. Yeah, practicing,
building.
conditioning. Yep. I used to hate it. I remember my friend, we used to work out together. He'd make me do it, and then he'd watch me, and I do my set. And man, but I tell you what, when I got on stage, I had no issues holding my poses, and I could go up there and pose for 20 minutes straight. You know what I mean?
People have a hard time doing that. People have a hard time holding their legs, blowing out their abs, or holding their legs and pulling in a vacuum.
All of it.
Striking a front double bicep or whatever it is. It's one complete package. It's not just, front double bicep. We're looking at your complete total package.
You checking out my package? What's going on?
Whoever invented the package.
The package. Checking out the package. Oh yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's definitely one area where a lot of work could be done on a lot of, I say, regional competitors for sure. Could use a lot of practice in that area.
I'm about ready to get back in the game as far as posing coaching.
Yeah.
Damn it. Hawaii needs it.
They really do. They really do need some good posing. Yeah. Well, and I don't know if the competitors just don't see the value in it. Like, do they see the value in it?
Good point.
And are they willing to like go out there and get the help? Or are they just like, no, I'm fine. I'm good.
Like, what do you, that's what you're fucking training for. You're training to do those poses.
Exactly.
So if you think posing's not worth it, you're fucking stupid.
What?
I mean, no, those poses are literally what you're training for.
That's right. And how many people take it serious though? I mean, seriously, how many people lose shows because of bad posing?
Yeah. And that's what it is. So you're going out there and you're posing. That's what you're competing to do. That's
literally your whole game is posing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. But this is the problem. This is where, see, in the 80s, when I started in the bodybuilding, and the 90s, it was a big deal. Posing was important. And you didn't want to embarrass yourself on stage with a shit posing routine. Like I practiced for hours, and I was a teenager, and I was that important to me. I practiced because they were going to critique the shit out of you on your posing. It was very important. And then somewhere in the 2000s, people just stopped caring, and I don't know what happened to it. Even in the pro level, it went way down.
And these are probably the same kids that are hitting poses in the gym in between their sets for everybody to see. But when it comes time to go compete and do it on stage, now they don't want to go to posing practice.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
They
Get
don't.
out of here.
I love both of
They
the
don't
points you
want to
just
do it.
made,
Yeah.
Jed. You're literally preparing yourself for the posing. You guys got your symmetry round and your compulsory mandatories, whatever you want to call it, depends on who's your head judge, right? You're literally practicing for that
Yeah,
specific day
right.
for the posing, and then to sell yourself short by being like, nah, I'm gonna save some money, I'm just gonna wing it. Well, what, look at like goofy as shit, lose
Yeah.
because your posing sucks, or because you got nerves and you're like all fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, I've used examples before, I mean, yeah, it's like having a race car, building a race car and never taking it to the track and just having the race car and it's fast and you're just like, yeah, you drive it around. And then the day you
Of
want
the
to go
race.
race, you take it to the track. First time on the track. Here it is on the track. Never even ran it on a track. Let me open it up right now and see what happens. Like, okay, good. I mean, it's probably fast, but you're probably going to lose,
Yeah.
because this guy has been running his car on the track and he knows. It's the same thing. Like, you're not posing, you're not practicing. The day of the show, you show up, you think you're just going to all of a sudden outpose these other people who have been posing, right? And this goes for, I mean, it goes for everybody, but definitely for people who are new to the sport, who haven't been doing it for very long, who have only done a couple of shows. If you're a veteran, I mean, you knocked out 25 shows and you've got so much muscle memory. You still should practice, but you're probably good. You don't need as many hours because the muscle memory's there and you're comfortable. Yeah. But newer people, like, it should be part of your regimen. You should get to the point where you just hate it. Like, you're just like, oh, I freaking hate it. I'm so tired of it. But you keep doing it. You keep working on it and you perfect it. Like I said, if you can't do it perfect off stage, you're not going to just get it all of a sudden.
And I'm gonna say it again, the longer you stay on stage, it's more for us judges to tear apart. And if you don't know how to hide your weaknesses and emphasize your strengths, it could cost you your placement. So
Mm-hmm. It's
yeah.
true. Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Or
I've seen it. I've seen it. So especially if it's close, right?
that's why I'm saying, even if you have a coach that you're posing with, go get another pair of eyes to take a look at what you're doing. There's a lot of pros in Hawaii that you can go ask for some time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is one more thing we'll add to this since we're on the posing, but a big thing that people don't think about is correct posture. So a lot of times people pose, they practice, but their posture, they don't have good posture. I've seen, and so they're hitting these poses and their posture, like, especially a lot of these, like, these trap dominant things like
And
this.
shoulders are curled over.
This is the infamous one right here because
Shoulders
people
curled
have,
over.
well, because this is how they walk around daily anyway, like this, bad posture. So if you don't find a way to try to fix that in the off season, it's going to be very hard for you when it comes time to pose. It's going to be hard. You're not all of a sudden just going to, like, fix that posture that you've been walking around with for your whole entire life. Like, it takes a lot of time to correct it, to get those shoulders back. You need to work on it. And that's a daily thing. And you need to really want to fix that. So if you don't put the time in for that, your posing, honestly, it's not gonna be. You can fake it a little bit when you pose, but it's not gonna be that great
Yeah.
because you're gonna have a hard time doing some of those
Or
shots.
like some of you guys might think like you kind of, I mean, that's your natural posture. And then when you start to feel more or correct your posture more upright, you thinking a little insecure and you're like, oh, people are gonna think I'm like fucking big bodying. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like get over yourself. Like stop, please. Another poor posture that a lot of us need to correct is your anterior pelvic tilt. With your anterior pelvic tilt, yeah, your butt sticks out a little bit more, but you're going to have a harder time posing in a neutral spine or even having your ribs not flare because you're doing that. And it makes a big difference on what it looks like on stage, especially when you're doing certain poses where you shouldn't be anterior pelvic tilted, but more on a neutral.
Hmm.
It just looks awkward.
And there's the actual posture specialist. Like, there's people who can actually help you with that. You can look them up, hire them. I mean, there's people that do that work on that specifically. So I think if anything, it's just worth it just for the rest of your life, even after you get done with bodybuilding, just to have a good posture, stand correctly, shoulders back. Just like you said, though. So I think people feel weird, right, when they start doing this. Like, it feels weird.
Oh,
I feel
big
like I'm
body.
walking, like, but you're just walking normal. This is just normal, not like this.
Yeah.
And especially nowadays, I think um the younger generation, right, because of the whole phone thing, right? So
Phone, computers.
there's a lot more of this, right?
Yeah, with your head jutted forward.
Head down, shoulders forward, growing up using a phone. So that's a big one right there. I mean, we could start, our own clinic, our posture slash posing specialist, TNPs,
TMP.
TNP specialists, posing and posture. Put it together.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of posing clinics here
There
before. I
was a lot
mean,
of
what
posing clinics
happened?
because nobody cares. That's why they don't see value in it. It's crazy.
Like Jed said, you guys are literally training up for this
I know.
one day.
I
You
know.
guys should put more care and effort into the posing, even if it looks kind of douchey doing in front of the mirror in between sets or after your workouts. I
I
mean,
know.
would you rather
It's
look douchey here off stage or look douchey on stage, right?
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. That's what practice is for, right?
Yeah.
You can look silly when you practice, but then when you're on stage, you should have it all together. So, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I mean, let's make posing great again,
Let's make posing great again in
Let's make
between
posing
sets.
great again.
Never mind that Mark has all these cameras and he's like, oh, look at Mel posing again. Shit. She ain't got shit.
That's right. That's right. I do have a stage over there, so I put a stage up so people can actually practice, right? Practice posing.
But the lighting is good in that forge or that corner.
Yeah, I don't know why people are obsessed with that corner over there.
The lighting's perfect over
Is
there
it?
though. Yeah.
Oh, because it's black. So I painted the walls black.
It's anabolic, that lighting over there.
Yeah, yeah, because it's dark, so it absorbs the light. I don't know the way that corner is set up. It's all black paint and everything. So
And the dumbbell rack.
it worked
Right by
out.
the dumbbell rack
Oh, the
is
dumbbell rack's
anabolic
always been
lighting.
cool.
Anabolic right there.
Yeah, you gained about 10 pounds right there, baby. 10 pounds of lean muscle right there.
Lean muscle.
Lean,
And the
yeah.
shadowing makes you look shredded
Oh,
as fuck.
even better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The shadows kill for sure. Oh man. All right. Well, that was a good one. So, if you guys really listen, really think about posing and really think about getting other sets of eyes on you for your next show. If you're new at this and if you've only done one or two shows, or if you've been doing it for a little while and your posing still sucks, then, consider it because it's going to be a big deal. You're going to want to, you can win or lose the show based off of that, especially if it's close. I have seen it before. So, and you just look so much better when you know how to pose.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Paradise Pump. Aloha.